Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us once again. This is session number 2 in our JD Edwards Release 24 series. Today, Anne is going to be showcasing the enhancements in JD Edwards inventory and manufacturing, and that leaves us with the digital transformation session on Friday and the automation session on Tuesday next week before we switch focus to reports now. I recognise that most of you here today heard me talking about Ndevr's many JD Edwards talents yesterday, and you didn't suddenly develop amnesia, so I'll progress to reminding you to submit any questions you have by using the question and answer tab on the GoToWebinar panel, and then we can address any questions you have at the end of the session. And there you have it. It's as simple as that. I'm just going to hand the floor over to the lovely Anne Tile now.
Thanks, Sasha. So as Sasha said, we're going to be today we're going to be looking at manufacturing and inventory, and then later in the week we'll look at the tools enhancements. So on the manufacturing and inventory side, on manufacturing there have been 2 enhancements. The first one is this automatic service or equipment work order routing attachment through ETO Project Workbench. So let's go and take a quick look at that one. Basically, if you add a work order via the workbench, let me go and add one quickly. So I have this project called testing, very imaginative name, and I'll edit tasks against this project. And you'll see I've added a few tasks here, but I'll just insert another child, and I'll call this one make a bike, for want of a better description, and I'll put it in a business unit, and I'll use this item number. The reason I'm using this particular item number is this item number has routing attached to it. So, and the task type, I want it to be a maintenance work order task type. So if you'll see here is the task number, which is actually the work order number, 454694. If I now save and continue, and I'll just click on Home again and go to Work Orders and look for that work order, we will see that it's automatically added the routing or the labor detail to this work order. So that just helps that this particular enhancement just helps eliminate some extra steps that you always have to do in the past. That's that enhancement. And the next one, this OCI AI/ML, Artificial Intelligence / Machine Learning Accelerator for JD Edwards. This is a cloud product which interfaces or integrates within with JD Edwards, and you can now get additional. It is an enhancement that is sprouted under the manufacturing, but it can be really used anywhere, and it allows you. Let's say that the accelerator will take the information from JD Edwards and allows for analysis with it, and it has all sorts of accelerators to make this a speedy process and a very interactive process to set up, a very on-the-glass process to set up as well. And once you've got it set up, you can get these sort of graphs. Here's some insights over here. There's a correlation over here. And you can also get, if you look over here, in a written form, like 29% of work orders above the upper limit when supplier that is used at that operation. So you get a written form of what the analysis is as well. So that's just now available within the accelerators for JD Edwards, so that you can start using artificial intelligence and machine learning with JD Edwards. On the inventory side, we've got 2 new enhancements. The one is the automated safety stock population, and the other one is to allow inventory locations to be put on hold. So if we take a look at the automated safety stock, basically there's a new the UBE, a new batch program called R3425, and it has various processing options. If we look on the left here, safety stock calculation method, etc., to where you define how you want the safety stock to be calculated. And also you have a choice here of running this safety stock population in proof or in final mode. If you run it in final mode, it will update the safety stock according to the calculation method that you have chosen. If you run it in proof mode, what it will do is it will write messages, suggested messages to the safety stock messages. And if we go and take a look at the safety stock messages, I'll show you. It's actually got all these messages here, and you can then choose what you want to do with it. So, for example, this here, there's a suggested safety stock of 1. If I right-click on this, I've got the choice of processing the message. If I process the message, then that item 3200 will have been set with a safety stock of 1. I also have a choice of revising the message, so I can, let me choose one that has not been processed yet. Oh, that's another one that's been processed. If I do a message revision, I can change the safety stock and say, well, actually, I want my safety stock here to be 5, even though the suggested safety stock is 1. I can also, if I take the row exit again, I can clear the message, get rid of it altogether, or I can go quickly into the item branch, and here I can enter the safety stock that I see fit to enter. So you've got various choices. That is, these messages are generated when the processing option on the batch process is set to blank, to proof mode. If, as I said, if you set it to 1, it will automatically update your safety stock. So that's the safety stock, automated safety stock population. Quite a nice enhancement, that one, I think. Okay, and now we've got the option now to allow inventory locations to be put on hold. And how this works is like this. Let me share my screen again. Is when you go into the location master, let's look at branch plant city, for example. Okay, if I right click and go to location revisions, I've now got all the locations here listed. And if I decide that one of them needs to be put on hold, I simply have to highlight that line and I can choose the hold code. Now, you can have it just to put on hold or not. But what's nice here is that you've got various choices. If I show you the revisions here, it's this code here I've used the same as the special handling code, but that's not necessary. I've just done that for simplicity's sake. But you could have any code over here as the code. What's important is the special handling code. So if the hold code is set, the location status code is set where the special handling code is 1, then you will not be able to draw stuff from that location, but you will be able to put stuff into that location. So it will allow incoming transactions only. Similarly, if it's set to 2, it will allow only outgoing transactions, so you can't store additional stock in that location. If it's set to 3, it doesn't allow incoming or outgoing transactions. And if it's set to 4, it will allow incoming transactions and it will allow movements within inventory. So it won't allow sales, but it will allow inventory adjustments and stock adjustments and things like that. So that is how we set. So if I were to set this, let's say I set this one to 2 and I save it, you can see that I have one location that is sitting where it allows incoming transactions only. And I've got another location where it's only allowing outgoing transactions. And the whole location is now on hold. So it doesn't matter what status the stock is at. But it matters what status the location is at in this case. Okay, so that is the enhancement that allow inventory locations to be put on hold. Now, I would like to show you before let me just skip back to JD Edwards quickly, because that's all the enhancements for manufacturing and inventory, but I just want to show you some useful things here. If you click on the down arrow next to your name over here, you'll see under resources, for example, there's Learn JDE. There is such a wealth of information here. I'm sure you've heard me say this before, but I'll say it again. Everything is here. All your application, basically the manuals, everything is here, including for the data sheets, including little videos of, especially when there are enhancements, there's a little tutorials and videos and all of that sort is found in this Learn JDE. And if you click on this What's New, it will take you into the latest announcement for JDE. So you can see here is the announcement for Release 24, January 2024. And you can see here what has been announced at that within that. So those are just two very useful little exits. It depends, of course, on what release you're on as to whether you've got them, but you should have, if anyone's on 9.2, they should have these exits already on there. Okay, so that's really all I have to tell you about today. So back to you, Sasha.
Thank you, Anne.